wondering your thoughts on Canelo's last fight. What do you think of Canelo?
It's boring, guys. I mean, come on. I threw more punches against Mike Tyson in 8 2-minute rounds than he did in a 12-round fight.
Hey, do you think you would have done better than Skull, though?
1,000%, without a doubt. I would have beat Canelo. This is what I've been saying. He's over the hill.
Why do you think his fight against Terence Crawford?
Guys, one at a time. Lance, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, can you talk about this fight versus the Canelo Crawford fight? Do you think it'll be more entertaining?
Oh, for sure. I mean, obviously Crawford's a great fighter, Canelo's a great fighter, but I just think that this has more hype around it, and you know, we just saw them come off of some boring ass fights, and they're probably just going to sit there and dance for 12 rounds.
Can you talk about how Zurdo was added to the card? Was it you saying, I want him because I want a title fight?
Yeah, I mean, it was a collaboration with Oscar De La Hoya and our ideas of lining up future opponents to become world champion.
Jay, can we get a knockout?
Say it again?
Can we get a knockout this
Oh,
time?
for sure. For sure.
What round? What round?
It's been too long. You know, I think it could be less than 3 rounds.
How's your relationship with Oscar?
Oscar's great, man. He's great to work with, and he's always supported me and been there since day one, and he's an awesome guy.
Oh.
Hey, Jake, how you doing, man? Listen, we talked to Chavez previously, and he says this fight, he looks forward to getting revenge for Mike Tyson for what you did to him. I know you and Tyson actually go way back. What's your thoughts on that, him saying he get revenge for Tyson?
Yeah, whatever he needs to motivate himself and whatever he dreams he has in his head, but he's not going to beat me, so he's just going to be another legend that I'm going to beat and embarrass.
Well, you know, you always have big people at your fights. You know, have you sent any invites to the president?
Oh, not currently, not currently.
Who do you want? Who do you want to see there?
Man, we'll see. It's LA, so I think a lot of people will show up.
Listen, Badu Jack basically said he'll offer you a title shot. You know, that's fast. I know you said I heard you say earlier, you know, you could see it happening in a couple years. What do you really think about that? When, you know, I know you're looking forward to this fight, but like when you hear something like that, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm super interested. I had Nikisa contact his team behind the scenes, so those discussions are happening.
And you looked at him and you think you could take him?
For sure.
Question for Holly?
Yes, Jake, what do you think of Holly?
Question for Holly. Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
Jake, what do you think of Holly knocking out Ronda Rousey? Have you ever seen a better knockout than that?
Insane. One of the most legendary knockouts of all time. Now she's coming back to regain her belt in boxing and the greatest dual sport athlete of all time above Deion Sanders.
You
How
know,
many
she's a Hall of
fights?
Famer already.
For sure.
No, she's in.
Yeah.
How many
more for
fights do you
Holly.
need to be ready for a title?
I don't think I need too many. 1, maybe 2 fights and fight for a title. I know I'm still ready to rock and roll. So.
Our plan is to give Holly a title opportunity as soon as possible.
How many more years of fighting you got left in you?
Honestly, I got a year or 2 left.
What current champion do you have your eyes on, Holly?
What champion?
What current champion would you like to fight in your dream match?
In boxing, I fought at 40, 47, 54. In MMA, my majority of my career was at 35. I never got to box at 35, so I'm going to come back to 35. And
All the
I would
names
love
in the
to-
35 division are on her radar, for
Taylor
sure.
and Serrano, all the names are in that weight class, so I got my eyes on the prize.
Who wins the
What are
third
your
fight?
thoughts on Taylor Serrano 3?
Oh, I'm excited to watch it. Their fights are, I mean, those 2 girls, they always show up. They fight with heart. You know, they train hard. They go hard. I know it's going to be another entertaining fight. I'm excited for it.
What does
ESPN
Amanda
LA,
need to
go,
do
go,
to
go.
finally get a win?
ESPN.
What inspired this change to go back to boxing?
I don't know. Maybe it's just unfinished business. You know, my last boxing fight was maybe going to be at 135. And my opponent said, no, I want to fight at 140 because that was the belt I had. So depending on whose belt we were fighting for. I always thought, man, I would have been able to have, you know, 4-weight division belts. So maybe it's just something.
Holly was a great champion, but women's boxing's never been bigger. So for her, who had the biggest women's MMA fight in history, to come back and do boxing, we think there's a chance for her to have the biggest women's boxing event of all
Nikisa,
time.
how did this signing come about? How did
Guys, question for both of you. A lot of big moves in the women's boxing space. What is the long-term goals, the plans that you plan on executing moving
3.5
forward?
years ago, when we partnered up and started MVP, we said we want to put an emphasis on women's boxing. This isn't an overnight trend. This isn't something that we've latched onto. It's something that we intentionally and strategically invested in for the past 3.5 years. You're seeing the roster continue to grow with the announcement of Yolanda and Holly today, and you're going to see more and more added to that roster.
Jake?
yeah, no, this is what we set out to do, and the women deserve to be on the biggest stages and have the biggest paydays, and that's where MVP comes in, and it's changed the game forever.
His favorite fight of all time is Taylor Serrano too, right? That's the best product in his eyes that he ever saw. So it doesn't matter the gender; it's about the quality of the product.
How do you make the MSG event even bigger than the first one?
So on a pretty big platform globally, right? Live, all women's card. We'll announce 3 more fights next week, and ultimately we're going to have 2 undisputed fights and multiple unified championship fights. If you look at the caliber of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, there's going to be no event that's been in boxing like that for a very long time.
Holly, what do you think about Jake against Conor McGregor?
That's gonna be excitement, right?
Okay, what about Jake and Canelo?
I mean, I don't see why we can't.
What do you
I
think?
anybody wants to see anybody out there and show their best work.
Jake, Jake, this morning I had a conversation with Rashad Evans. Rashad Evans told me that there's no way you would ever fight him. What do you think about a match?